Dave, can you touch on more of the soft skills that are required to be a geotech engineer? You touched on that a little earlier, but let's dig into that a little deeper.
Yeah, sure. It's probably not even specific to a geotech engineer, to be honest. I think a young person starting their career should take their job seriously, but don't take themselves too seriously.
Right. Tell me more.
I think what I mean by that is, don't be too precious and proud of what you've come up with. You might be a young designer and you've come up with a design that's gone through a design review process and gets issued by your company, and it's something you're quite proud of, and then goes out to tender or goes out to, a team to price, and they may have better ideas and come back to you, cool. Why not do this? Why not do that? And I think just be open to that whole process and go, well, actually, no, I didn't think about that. Don't be too proud. And just, there's a lot to learn, going out and doing a geotech investigation. The beef farmer on the site that's being carved up for a development, he will know a whole lot of information, really valuable information from a geotech perspective about that site. Right. You'll never find out. There'll be a gully out the back that he's filled up or something like that, right? So they've got a whole lot of value to add to that project, right through to the guy driving the diggers and the rollers on a site, during construction. They've got a whole lot of experience. They're out doing that every single day. You're writing a specification on how to compact something, for instance. Those guys have valuable information and value to add on a project. So just, be open, involve everyone, and be receptive to change and challenge of the work you do. So I think that's really important.
So nobody comes to work and says, I want to do a bad job today.
No, of course.
Yep. Okay. So I'm a strong believer that your environment actually either helps you do a good job or not. That environment being the place you work in, the people you're surrounded by. You've grown that company from one person, or how many of our founders there?
Three started, yep.
Three to 200. So how do you believe you've created that environment for people to thrive in?
Oh, look, I think putting good people in environments where it's going to work. So what I mean by that is we have an office manager at every location that we have an office. So putting a good office manager, people that we've crossed paths with in the past, people that we know, good people skills, and then putting them in where we know there's work, and we may have clients there, or we may not. We know of work in that space, and then letting those guys go and flourish. And it's really cool to watch, actually. So it's really a whole bunch of mum and dad type businesses, quite small businesses that together form a reasonable size. It's 200. You go, wow, no, surely not. But each one of our offices is probably no more than 30 people.
Yeah.
And so, anywhere from 10 to 30, I suppose, is our main numbers. So, collectively you put all those together and it's a reasonable sized business. But individually, they're just small businesses that have got a lot of really good relationships with their clients. And
yeah, it's interesting. I'm actually going through the same conundrum.
yeah, you can't do it all yourself. Is the only thing I've learned. So, having the right people in the right place and trusting that they will,
do a good job,
the right thing. Help mentor them and guide them along the way.
Yeah,
but certainly let them go.
Because I started strategic planning 2 years ago, and I've had this big mental block of hiring people. It's been one of the most difficult decisions I've had to make. Hire people.
Yeah, and you've got to do it before you need them. I think you've got to sacrifice a bit of bottom line.
Yeah,
get them in before you need them. If you get them in too late, you don't have time to train them and mentor them and guide them and help them. So
it's actually good advice.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool advice.
It's actually something I learned since we started CMW. There was the three of us that started, and one of the guys was always saying, right, we'd just got on our feet and won a few jobs and just starting to see a little bit of money come in the door, and that always takes longer than you expect too.
Yep.
And he starts saying, as soon as the first check's paid, right, who are we going to employ? And we're going, oh, hang on.
Yeah.
But continuously challenge yourself to hire more people before you need them. I think it's a really good tip.
Mate, hiring my first one is scary enough. I had to get myself a mental health coach to break through those barriers to actually hire somebody.
It's not easy.
It is not easy. Right?
No,
it's
absolutely.
not. Yeah. So now I always joke about it, and I keep telling Bridge as well, I don't have 3 mouths to feed. It's my wife and 2 children. I've actually got 5 mouths to feed now. Fuck. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good stuff. Now, mate, well done on the growth of your company. It's some few valuable lessons there, which is quite cool.
Yeah.
For me too. Just learning more about it.